Hello guys, welcome back again. This is Abdul again. Alright, so today we're gonna learn more about controls in Golang. Okay. Alright, so alright, let's see. In case, let's create some variables. Okay, in case we have let's say a rule or a condition, okay, and we want to check it, okay, we can use use controls, okay, that's gonna help us. All right, so let's say num1, okay, and we're gonna define its data type, and then equals let's just say 10, okay, and then we're gonna create another one. We're gonna say var num2 also want to be an integer, and then equals 10, let's say 20. Okay. Okay, great. So right now, what should we do if we want to check the value, okay, of the of our variables? So let's say if, okay, if num1, okay, remember we did this on the last lesson. If num1 equals num2, what we wanted to do, hold on, yeah, okay, we wanted to do what, let's say print, okay, let's use if empty print line, and then we're gonna say print equal, okay, equal, okay, great. And we're gonna use here, we're gonna come here and say else, okay, otherwise print us something else. Let's remove this hello world. Hold on a second. Else, what we wanted to do, well, we're gonna also use if empty, and then print line, and then say doesn't equal. Okay, great. So right now let's run our code. See here, it says doesn't equal because obviously num1 doesn't equal num2. Okay, so if we go here, for example, and we say if let's say num1 is smaller or equals num2, here it says equal. Okay, let's say if bigger, okay, or equals, we can it can also show us doesn't equal because obviously it doesn't equal. So if we go here again, see, just smaller, I guess you get the idea. Okay, so it equals because num1 is smaller than num2. All right, hold on, we can in case, let's say we have two conditions, okay, we can use else if, okay, like this, else if. Let's remove equal and just put almost, okay, and then we're gonna go here and say else. Okay, for example, it's here we give it two options, okay. If num1 equals num2, we want you to print equal, okay, and here we need a condition. We're gonna say if or or if let's say num1, okay, is smaller or equals num2, hold on, num2, we want it to print almost, okay, or else if none of these conditions apply, then we can just go ahead and say hold on, we can say print doesn't equal. Okay, let's go ahead and run our code right now. You can see it says almost because it doesn't equal, okay, but num1 is smaller than num2. Okay, so for example, if you go here and say if it's bigger, okay, if either if num1 equals or bigger. Okay, see, it says doesn't equal. If we, for example, I guess, okay, I guess you get the idea. Okay, if let's say num1 smaller, or we can go here, or equals. Okay, we can go ahead and say run. Okay, so we also have like something similar to if, you know, it's called switch. We use it, you know, for something, let's say simple. If you have, for example, let's say 6 conditions or less, you know, or something like this. And switch, you know, for something, you know, more complex. Okay, let's take an example. Okay, let's go use Golang. Okay, let's go here. Let's say we're gonna create like hold on, we're gonna create a variable and call it just num1 again. We're gonna say equal, or say let's define equals what? Let's say 20. Okay, and right now we're gonna go ahead and say switch. Okay, and after switch we need to use num1, and then we're gonna tell it what it should do. Okay, so the first thing, let me show you how this works. Okay, so the first, we're gonna put, let's say, case. Okay, this case is like if. Okay, let's say, for example, if, okay, if num1 equals 1, okay, we want you to print, let's use fmt. Okay, we want you to print what? Let's just say equals 1. Okay, like this. Let's copy this one. Okay, we're gonna go ahead like this, like this, like this. All right, so for this one, let's say or, okay, if let's say equals how much? Let's say 5. Let's go to the other one. Let's say 8. Let's go to the other one, and let's say 10. Let's go to the other one. Let's say let's say 20. Okay. Okay, and let's change these here. Okay, let's put 5. Let's say how much? There is 8, and the other one is 10, and the other one is 20. Okay. All right. So if num1 equals 1, print 1. If it equals 5, print 5. Okay, and so on. If it equals 8, print like equals 8, and etc. Okay, so let's go ahead and run our app. So you see here it says equals 20. So if we, for example, let's say remove what? Okay, let's remove our okay, let's remove 20 and put like 200. Okay, and let's say run. See, it doesn't print anything. So in this case we can use something called default. Okay, and then we're gonna say fmt print line. Okay, what we want it to print by default. Okay, let's say let's say the value doesn't match any of the following. Okay, just like this. So right now when we're gonna go ahead and print, it's gonna print you know, what we said here. So if we go back and then we change the value to 20, it's gonna print equals 20. Even if we, for example, let's say remove or let's remove this one and put it like all the way on the top. Okay, like this, it's not gonna print us this one first. Okay, it's gonna print 20 until I change it again, then it's gonna print us like this value. Okay, so this is like the default value. Okay, if any of the values doesn't match, okay, what we put in there. All right, so like this for switch, you know, but you know, if you have like I said, 6 conditions, or less, you can just use if, okay? Because if is usually like, messy, but with the switch, you see the code is our code is very clean. Okay, we'll also have another control, okay, which is for, okay? It's like a for loop statement. Let's try. Let's remove everything we have here. Okay, and let's keep the var, the one we left there. And right now, hold on. Let's remove this. Hold on. Okay. And we're gonna say for, and we're gonna say a. Remember, this is called shorthand, like we used or I explained before on the previous lesson. Okay, I'm gonna explain what I'm writing. Of course, let me just 20. Okay, and then we want to add plus again like we did last time. No, hold on here. Okay, so the first one here is we said 4, okay, and then we said a equals, okay, we wanted to start from 20, okay, and we use the shorthand, and then a, we wanted to stop, we want a to stop like on 20, okay, and then here we added like e plus plus. Remember, plus adds like a number. For example, like when it's 1, it adds another number, it becomes 2. We're doing this to make sure that it doesn't stuck in a loop, okay? Let me show you, for example, when we remove a, okay? So like this, and I'm gonna tell it if empty, okay? Print line, and then I'm gonna say hi, wait, I am, and like this, and then here, and then I'm gonna say a. Okay, let me show you what's gonna happen. See, it just keeps counting 10 10 10 10 10 10 here. See, it doesn't go like 11 12. That's the reason like we added a plus plus. So it's gonna, like for example, it's 10, it's gonna add 11, and here it's gonna add 12. Okay, it's gonna add like a digit, so then it's gonna become 12, then it's gonna become 13, 14, 15, and so on. Let's stop the app and then run it again. You see, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and till 19. Okay, and then it stops because we said a number smaller than we said a number smaller than 20. Okay. All right, so you can see here there are like 3 important rules, okay? Where it begins, where it stops, where it ends, and the increment, of course. So it will stop and it won't stuck in a loop, okay? This is usually used with like database, like to count the amount of records inside like the database and stuff like that. All right, so in Go we can also use for as in while, okay, like as in C, for example, like people who who program like in C, I think they know what I mean when I say while. Okay, let me show you. It's like for, like it's while of Go. Let's see, let's remove this one again. Okay, and right now we're gonna create again another variable, and we're gonna say num1 equals 20. Okay, and then we're gonna say for num1, okay, number smaller than, let's say 30, let's say 40. Okay, let's say number smaller than 40, and when it like to stop, on a number like before. We want it to stop, on we want it to stop, like it will count in a number, that's like bigger than 40, then it should stop. Okay, because we're gonna use again plus equal. Okay, remember what this does is it's like it doubles the value each time. Okay, so when we, for example, let's say we start at 20, I think it's just gonna count. Let's put here like let's put 6. Okay, if empty and then print line. Okay, and then we're gonna say while or like this, and then we're gonna do like this and then put num1. Okay, like I said, okay, let's run it like so you'll get like a better idea. See here it said 6, and then here we added like we doubled the value, so it become 12, and then 12, and then double the value like of 12, then it become 24, and then 48, and then it stopped because we said we wanted to stop at a number like you know, like the first number that's bigger, you know, that's like above 40. Okay, for example, if we put here, let's say 80. Okay, so it will count like a little more. All right, see, you can see here 98. If we go in here and let's say let's put 100, you see 192. Okay, okay, so this is just like, you know, while in C. In Go, you know, there is also another control called range. Like if we have a number, you know, and we want to do an index for that number, you know, and value, like key and value. Okay, let me show you an example. Let's see, let's remove this again, and then we're gonna go ahead var, and then we're gonna call this var, let's say my numbers. Okay, and then we want this numbers to be hold on, I want this numbers to be an integer. Okay, so integer, and then we're gonna define, hold on, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, we will get, you know, like to erase and strings later on, of course. And then we're gonna say var, and then num1, let's say equals 0. Okay, it's like a string. Okay, and then we're gonna use for a is the key, okay, and num is the value. Okay, so, and then we're gonna use again the shorthand, and then we're gonna say range, and then my numbers. Okay, or let's just skip it. Okay, my numbers, and then what should we say? Okay, let's say num1, okay, plus equal num. Okay, and then let's say if empty, hold on, if empty print line. So we wanted to print, let's say values. Okay, and then we're gonna say num. Okay, okay, hold on a second. Okay, so here you can see I added like plus equal, you know, which is the value. Okay, so after it completes counting for this value, then we can print it like right here. Hold on, here let's leave the value like I mean the key or the index blank. Okay, because that's because the values, you know, we have here doesn't have a value because it's not like in JSON. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's run our app. Okay, and here you can also see you see the underscore, you know, just means, you know, you can skip the index. Okay, by assigning it to an underscore. Let's see. You can see here 1 3 6 10 and then 15. Okay, Now it adds like the first value and then it counts, and then the second value and then it counts, and like this. Okay, and it had to stop because we used it in like 4. Okay, but its real use is in JSON format. Okay, let me show you like a little bit like more. Okay, let's use let's get another var and call it my number 2. Okay, or my numbers 2, and then want it to equal, let's say you know, right now we're gonna use a data type called map. Okay, in Go. So we're gonna say map. I mean, I am gonna explain, you know, like more to make sure that you understand. Okay, and then we're gonna say string. Okay, and then we're gonna say here, hold on, let's say name. Okay, name, we want the name to be let's say someone. Okay, and then let's say age, and then want the age to be what, let's say 29. Okay, and then want the hold on, let's say department, and then want it to be, hold on, we want it to be let's say IT. Okay, okay, just like this. This is good enough. All right, so this is right now, you know, it's right now in JSON format. Okay, and by for example, we're gonna use right now range. Okay, just, you know, to sort it, you know. So we use this because we're trying to separate the key from the value. Okay, the name is the key and the value is this is like someone, or like age is the key and the value is 29. So let's go here and we're gonna say for, and then we're gonna say key for key, and then value, and then we're gonna use again shorthand. You can obviously, you know, you don't have to use key value, you can use anything you want. And then we're gonna say equal range, and then nope, my numbers 2. Okay, and then we're gonna say print. Okay, print line, hold on here, my numbers. Okay, print line, let's say k. Okay, like this. You can put them, you know, in one line, or you can put them in like separate lines. Okay, so let's put them first, you know, in one line, and let's say here value. Okay, and then value. Okay, simple. So when we run our app, you see it counts, and then here it says the name is hold on a second, let's use this one here like this. Okay, so it says the name, the key is the name, the value is someone, the key is age, the value is 29, the key is department, and the value is IT. Okay, we can also use it like in a separate line. I mean, if we want, hold on, just like the same thing, print line. Okay, and then we're gonna use value and value. So okay, when we run right now, you can see the key is age, value 29, you know, in name and etc. Okay, great, and you can see here it's sorted like alphabet, like by alphabet. Okay, you can see A, and then D, and then N. Okay. All right, so you can see here that we separated, the key from the value. It's like, for example, if the key is 1 and the value is, let's say is 2, or it's also like 1, we can do that, of course, by using range. Okay. We also have another statement in controls called goTo. Like if we want to jump from let's say part 1 to part 2, okay, in our app. Let's see, let's remove these. Okay, we're gonna come back to them later, and we're gonna say, we can say var, and let's say num1 equals 18. Okay, and then we're gonna say loop, and then if empty print line, let's just say you are under 18. Okay, and then we're gonna use if statement. Okay, and right now we're gonna say if num1, okay, is smaller or equals 17, we want you to go to loop. Okay, and then we're gonna come here and we're gonna say else, like otherwise, print, let's say empty dot print line, then we're gonna say approved. Okay, so what we wanted to do here is that for example, if someone enters, let's say they are 17, 15, 16, anything that equals, let's say 17 or less than 17, it should go to loop, and in loop it's gonna print you are under 18. Otherwise, because if they didn't print like 17 or anything less than 17, it means they printed like 18. I mean, they put in 18 or more, like 1900. Okay, let's say print. You can see here it says you are under 18, but it says approved. But we can, let's say here 17. Okay, and we can run our app again. You see it stuck in a loop. It just says you are under 18. You are under 18. Okay, let's say 16. Let's rerun our app again. You see the same thing. Okay. Okay, great. So we can also use like break. Okay. Instead, let's remove all of this. Okay, and let's change this one to 1, and then let's say 4. Okay, for num1. Okay, want it like to count till for like a number smaller than 10. Okay, and then we're gonna go here and say num1, and remember what hold on, num1 plus equals. Remember what plus equals does, because we discussed it just doubles the value. And then we're gonna say if empty print line, and then we're gonna say, let's say 4, and let's say num1. Okay, hold on here, hold on, yeah, this is my fault. Okay, let's run our app again. You can see it counts till a number. Okay, the first number that's bigger than 16, and then it stops. Okay. Okay, right now let's change to plus. Okay, and then remove num1. Okay, right now you can see here it says 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's remove this one here and put it after. Okay, you can see here right now it doesn't start from 2, but it starts from 1 instead, but then it ends at 9. Okay, because let's go back again. Okay, right now look, it starts from 2, but it ends at 10. This is because when we print, okay, after plus plus, not plus plus, but like increment, okay, it counts, then it prints. That's why we didn't see the number 1, okay. Now let's see, but you know, that's what, when we put like the increment after, then we could see 1, but then we couldn't see 10. Okay, now let's see, we can use break, okay, with F. Let's put this one here, okay, and let's put this one after it, like this. And then we're gonna use again another F, okay. We're gonna say if num1, okay, equals let's say 4, okay. Then we want you to you know, if num1 like gets to, like, it will count till number 4, okay. And then we wanted to, what we want to do is break, okay, like stop the app, okay. Okay, so we can do this, and then we can go ahead and run our app. Let's see. Okay, you see here it didn't count till 10. We can also, for example, change the value here. Let's say 6, let's say 8, okay. And then we can print, and it will print till like a number before 8, and then it's gonna stop, okay. Like we have break, we also have continue, okay. You can see here after like before 8 it stops the app, okay. Okay, let's use like the same thing, okay. Let's put here or just leave it like at 8. Hold on a second, hold on, let's put 6, okay. And instead of break, okay, we're gonna use continue, okay. Let's say continue, okay. And here in continue, what it's gonna do is it's just gonna it's like it's going to skip the number, okay, the number we put here, which is like the number 6, okay. Hold on a second. Yeah, okay, hold on. We need to print print line, and then we're gonna use again, what should we use? Let's just say just 4 again, okay. And you're gonna say num1, like the same thing, and you're gonna say you're gonna say num1 plus plus, okay. And then we remove this one here. Hold on, num1 plus plus, okay. Now when we come here and we count, hold on, see the app is still running, okay. Yeah, now it's right, okay. Yeah, okay, great. So right now you can see here, okay, when we say, you see it counts 1 2 3 4 5 and then there is no 6 here. 7 8 9, okay. Let's change this one to like 3, and it skips the number by using continue, okay. You can see here, see 1 2 4 1 2 4, okay. So we're using plus plus again to add a number, because if we don't use plus plus, it's again just gonna like we did before. Hold on one. See, it's just gonna stop stuck in a loop again, okay. So it's gonna keep 1 1 1 1 1 1. It's never gonna stop, okay. All right. So now you can see here, hold on, if we put like let's put the number here, and let's remove the plus plus before continue, okay, and now let's put print after this one, okay, and let's run our app and let's see what happens. Okay, you can see here it prints till 3 and then it stops. So let's put 8, okay, and let's run our app, and the point is our app is still running, okay. See, and then till 8 and then it stops, because the first plus adds a number, you know, like 1, you know, in the second num, you know, adds like 2, and so on, like 1, and then the other adds 2, the other one like 3, and the other one adds 4, the other one adds 5, and the other one adds 6, okay. So if we put like the plus plus here again, once more, and then we run our app again, you see it's gonna go till 10, okay, but you can see here it skipped 9, the number 9, because we put the num plus plus before the print, okay. And remember what we see here, it counts, then it prints, okay. And if we remove this one here again and put it here, okay, just wanted to make sure that you understand what I'm talking about well. Okay, see, right now it doesn't print 8, okay, or 10, so but it prints 9, okay. Alright, so there is also in Go there is constants, okay. Constants, you know, are declared like vars, like here, but instead we use like a constant, like const, okay. But with the like const keyword, you know, constants cannot be I mean, can be characters, strings, boolean, okay, or numeric values, but the only thing is that constants cannot be declared like using shorthand, and also you know, like we've seen before, and also constants, you know, you can use it, for example, if you want to make something, you know, not modifiable, if you want to make something immutable, okay, you can use a constant instead of a variable, because you can see here, for example, num1 equals 1, okay, it's gonna say num1 equals 1, okay, it will say like that forever until we remove it, you know, and we create another one with different value, okay. Like for example, let's say when you create like a website and you want to make it like just, you know, for a demo, for example, but you want people to see it and, you know, like have admin access, but you don't want people to change anything, okay, like to be able to change anything, like with, you know, database, okay, just an example. All right, you see here it's not you cannot like change the value inside a constant, but of course you can print it. You know, if we print, just gonna print for us, you know, the value inside inside num1, okay, and say print line, and then we're just gonna say num1, just like this, and then we're gonna run it. It's gonna say 1, okay. Okay, great. What else? Yeah, okay, now last thing in controls is type casting. Okay, let's see, let's remove this again, and then we're gonna say var num1 integer and we want to equal 1, and then we're gonna say var num2 and we want to be float 64 and then equals 1.4, and then the second we want it to be let's say name in a string, okay. Let's say, hold on, we forgot var and then name and then string, and then we want to equal anything. You can see here, for example, I can also add here, hold on, you see, like let's say 10, okay. It's not like an integer, it's a string because it's inside it's inside quotes. Okay, we're gonna create another one, var and then name2 and then string, and you're gonna say equal let's say I don't know, let's say 20.6. okay. And right now we're gonna go ahead and create a var, and we're gonna say my float, let's say my float num equals float 64. Okay, and we're gonna say num1. okay, because you can see num1 is an integer, not a float. Okay, it's like we're gonna change their data type. Okay, and then my int num, and then we're gonna say equal int, and then we're gonna say num2. okay, great. Now we need a library. Hold on, we need ifmt. Let's see. Okay, we need ifmt, and we need a library called like strconv. okay, like string conversion. Okay, let's say strconv. okay, and we're gonna come here and we're gonna create another var, and we're gonna call it my nimnum. Okay, and then we're gonna say, hold on, my nimnum, and equals let's say strconv dot %. okay, hold on, and right now we're gonna say name. okay, name is an integer. okay, because the value left inside is 12, so it's like a number without any decimal point. okay, so right now what we want is like to start from 0. okay, and we want to define like the type as well. So we're gonna say 0, and then the type is 64. okay, all done. Okay, and then you see bit size and the base, like we're wanting to start from, and then we're gonna like do the same thing. okay, and then we're gonna put it here. Let's remove a 0 because we wanted this to be a float. And here we're gonna say just float. okay, and bit size is 64 too. And here we're gonna just change it like to num2. okay, just like this. And then we're gonna go ahead and print ifmt, and then print line. Nope. And then we're gonna copy the names here. Hold on, here this one should be name2. okay, let's copy this one first. Okay, like this, and we have 4, 2, 3, 4. okay, right now for the second, right now for the third. Oh no. Okay, and right now for the fourth. Alright, so let's run our app. You can see here it shows us like the values as a string, but not like as numbers. okay, I mean it shows us the values as numbers. okay, here for example you see it's a float, the second it's an integer. okay, even though here I made them as a string, but of course we used like string conversion here library to convert like our text into like integer or a float. All right, guys, that's it for today. Again, if you have any questions, just leave your question in the Q&A or on the comment section, like down below, and I'll make sure to answer when I can. All right, guys, that's it again for today. See you in the next lesson.